Good enough for me. Welcome back to Every Disney Movie Ever. My name is Jess and I'm watching Every Disney Movie Ever. Today I want to talk about Waking Sleeping Beauty. Waking Sleeping Beauty is a 2010, I think, theatrical release. It's a documentary. It's about the Renaissance and the tension between all the staff during the Renaissance of Disney. It is directed by Hahn. There is no cinematographer because there is no new footage taken at all, just some recordings. It's edited by Keneshea, Vartan, Nazarian, John, Damien, Ryan, and the music is by Chris Bacon, and it's written by Max Pacheco. That's my friend. Patrick Pacheco. It's written by Patrick Pacheco. The only real star is Hahn narrating. Otherwise, Peter Schneider, Jeffrey Katzenberg, Michael Eisner, a bunch of people sat down and did some audio interviews and then just old footage of other people. So there's no other real stars. It does document the history of Disney from 1984 to 1994. So pretty much the Renaissance. It goes from Black Cauldron to Lion King. It has a 71% on Rotten Tomatoes, which says the film doesn't probe as deep or tell as many hard truths as it could have, but Don Hahn's look at Disney's rebirth offers a fascinating and surprisingly candorous glimpse into the studio's past. This had no new footage, like I said. It was all archival footage, which was really fun to see. There was a bunch of footage I had never seen, like of John Musker and Ron Clements and Randy Cartwright. A ton of footage I had never seen of Jeffrey Katzenberg. The lion, grabbing onto him, that was crazy. A bunch of footage of Michael Eisner I had never seen. So there was a lot of fun, pictures and archival footage I had never seen of, the animators and, Eisner and Katzenberg and all that kind of stuff. I'm pretty sure every clip of Howard Ashman they used, I've seen though, because I watched Howard, and I think they used every ounce of footage they had of Howard. So, that's great. So it looks fine. It looks good. It's just all a bunch of old stuff. This flows really well. I actually didn't feel there was any kind of lull. It told the story chronologically and succinctly, I feel like. My favorite part of this is Howard Ashman. Literally, anytime they show Howard Ashman, talk about Howard Ashman, I become such an emotional wreck. I cried when they said he died. I immediately was I sobbed. When they were like, he died, and I knew it was coming, because I know Howard's story, I started crying. And then, I started to get really emotional when they showed the clip of Alan Menken saying Howard told him. And then, when he died, and then when it said he never got to see Beauty and the Beast finished. Oh, so sad. My least favorite part, Howard, no, just kidding. Probably Jeffrey Katzenberg kind of being a turd blossom. He just, he's, kind of a villain, I feel like. I know, he left and there was animosity for a while until he had success with Shrek, and then he kind of tried to bury the hatchet and everything, but, he just comes off as kind of a turd. He didn't want part of your world in the movie. He was being so mean to all of them and more about, the money side of things. They didn't care about the art of it, and just, I don't know. He just comes off as kind of a big giant turd, and so it's probably my least favorite part of the movie. Recommend? Yes. This was actually very interesting. Watch again? Probably not. Spoiler, I knew a ton of this information. I didn't know, the tensions between Michael Eisner, Katzenberg, and Roy Disney. I didn't know about those tensions between them, but I knew Jeffrey Katzenberg was kind of a turd and pushed everybody and kind of ruffled a lot of feathers. I knew Eisner was brought in because they were kind of dying. I knew that Roy E. Disney, was still part of it and really interested in reviving everything and saying we cannot get rid of animation. And then I knew a bunch of the stories. I knew that Black Cauldron was way too dark and it didn't do well. It was beat out by Don Bluth. I knew all the Don Bluth drama. I knew Oliver and Company kind of saw a little success. I knew that Katzenberg killed Rescuers Down Under in the water after they had such massive success with Little Mermaid, and then I knew that Beauty and the Beast totally put them back on the map, and then Aladdin was good, and this, that, and the other. I knew all of that, and I knew a bunch of the creative side of all of that because I've done all those movies and read all that stuff and watched all those things and all that kind of stuff. So I knew a ton of this information, to the point where I'd turn to Aubrey and be like, oh, I wonder if they're going to say this. And then they would. And Aubrey was like, how do you know this? So he learned a ton. He thought this was very interesting. And he was like, I'm starting to like Disney movies a lot more. And I was like, yes, we love that. But I did learn through like the Eisner, Disney, Katzenberg turmoil and like how Wells passed away. I didn't know much about Wells at all. So that was really interesting and helpful. So I loved getting to learn the little bits I didn't get to learn, so, like that I didn't know. So like filled in the gaps, if that makes sense. And then like I said, I did cry. And there was a bunch of footage I hadn't seen when it comes to like Michael and Jeffrey and Roy and like all that kind of stuff. And like the animators at the actual building messing around and being silly and all that. But every Howard clip I'd seen. Because I love Howard Ashman. He's amazing. Otherwise, that's it, I think. My final rating is 6. This was pretty decent. 6. What should we do? Oh, God. There's no, like, specific... Maybe 6... I don't know. They cover, like, the entire Renaissance, so really it's... Guys, I don't know. I'm sick of coming up with these. 6 movies out of 10. Our total movie count is... Our cry count is... Parent Dead still the same. If you want to keep up with the movie I'm watching when, follow me on Instagram and Twitter. No, follow me on all socials. Dang it. Oh no. I put up videos every Monday and Friday and sometimes Wednesday. Join Patreon. I got a tier starting at just $1. You get every video a week early, coupon code for merch, and exclusive merch access. Tiers above that, you get daily trivia, monthly postcards, bonus content, etc., etc. Buy merch. Merch is great. Merch is grand. We love this one. Until next time, comment, like, subscribe. I'm not in charge of your life. You are, so you. And don't be Jeffrey Katzenberg how he was. Okay, I'm sure he's much nicer now. And, like, you know, has learned a lot and has a bunch of wisdom. But he was kind of a turd in this. So don't be him in this, specifically. 2:30! Yes! I did 4 videos in a freaking hour. Yes, 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 yes!